The golden age of American fast food is falling apart in real time. An entire industry that once fed the working class, the night shift, students, young families, and entire generations is now quietly collapsing under its own weight. Prices have surged, customers have vanished, and even the biggest brands in the country are shutting their doors at a pace no one saw coming. What used to be the cheapest comfort for millions has transformed into a luxury that many Americans can no longer justify. The year 2025 isn't just a slump, it's a reckoning, a breaking point, the moment the convenience era finally snaps. Before we continue, please take one moment to subscribe to Maple States. We're close to 1,000 subscribers, and every single one of you helps us grow this calm, fact-focused news community. Thank you. For decades, fast food defined the American lifestyle. It was the stop on the way home from work, the refuge after midnight, the cheap dinner that didn't need thinking. But inflation, rising rent, supply chain failures, and shifting tastes have forced even the most iconic chains onto life support. The story now isn't who's winning, it's who can survive this economic storm. The countdown begins with number 15, Denny's. Once the late-night home for truckers, students, and night shift workers, Denny's is now disappearing quietly. Nearly 180 locations are set to close by the end of 2025 as foot traffic crumbles and operating costs explode. Breakfast plates that were once under $8 now cross $14, and many stores can no longer staff the 24-hour service that made the brand famous. In dozens of small towns, the closing of a Denny's feels like losing a piece of community life. Empty booths, dark neon, and parking lots reclaimed by silence. Number 14 is Wahlburgers. The celebrity burger experiment that once drew long lines has hit a wall. Reports show traffic down more than 30%, and locations across Nevada, Florida, and the Midwest have vanished almost overnight. The core problem is simple. A family meal now averages nearly $60. Americans struggling with rising grocery bills can't justify paying premium prices for a celebrity brand. Franchise owners have filed lawsuits, alleging broken promises and lack of support. Many stores now operate only as ghost kitchens, delivery only, no dine-in, no foot traffic. What was once marketed as Hollywood fun is now one more casualty of a shrinking middle class. Number 13, Salad & Go. This chain, meant to revolutionize fast food with healthy, low-cost salads, has grown too fast for the economy supporting it. Expanding from 70 locations to almost 300 in 3 years, the company is buckling under soaring ingredient prices. Romaine up 40%, avocados up triple, chicken up more than 25%. That $5.95 salad that made the brand trendy now sits above $11 in many cities. Several locations in Texas and Arizona have already closed, and insiders warn the company may not survive 2026 without a major rescue. The idea still makes sense, but not in an America where half the population is cutting back on even basic groceries. Number 12 is Boston Market. The king of comfort food, the chain is now a corporate disaster. Over 400 locations have shut since 2023 after unpaid rent, unpaid wages, and collapsed supplier contracts. In some states, Boston Market stores sit abandoned with faded signs and empty kitchens, frozen in time like a business left mid-shift. The company was even evicted from its own headquarters after owing over $1 million in rent. Sales have dropped more than 70% since 2019. The brand that once delivered warmth now sits as a symbol of corporate mismanagement in a country already struggling. Number 11 is Little Caesars, the last hope for affordable pizza. But even the hot and ready era has ended. The once iconic $5 pizza now averages $8.40, and many families are walking away. Franchise filings show dozens of closures across Michigan, Ohio, and Florida. Cheese prices have surged nearly 40%, pepperoni at record highs, and labor shortages are crippling service quality. For a chain built on razor-thin margins, this is a fatal combination. The cheap pizza that fed millions during recessions is now another victim of an economy where cheap no longer exists. Number 10. Taco Bell. Once the chaotic late-night playground of young Americans, Taco Bell is losing momentum fast. Traffic is down more than 10%, and franchise owners are reporting the weakest margins in 20 years. The dollar menu is gone. A basic combo now sits near $10. For Gen Z and young millennials, Taco Bell's core audience, this is no longer affordable. More than 250 locations may close or rebrand by the end of the year. Even the brand's famous return of old items strategy is falling flat. Consumers are tired of hype. They're tired of paying more for less. Number 9. Popeyes. The brand that once sparked a national frenzy with its chicken sandwich is now fighting a sharp decline. Customer traffic has dropped 15%, same-store sales down 7%, and operating costs through the roof. That $6.99 combo from a few years ago now pushes $12 in many cities. Franchise owners say rent, oil prices, and supply costs have reached breaking points. Dozens of stores, from Louisiana to New York, are shuttering or filing for bankruptcy. Popeyes was once comfort food for working Americans. Today, it's a luxury. Number 8 is Jack in the Box. For decades, it owned the late-night crowd. But in 2025, late-night traffic has crashed from 35% of sales to barely 18%. More than 130 stores have closed since last year alone. A $6 meal is now $10. Crime concerns have pushed many locations away from 24-hour service. The chain is lost between identities, trying to compete with McDonald's and breakfast, Taco Bell and late night, Chick-fil-A and chicken, but failing to define itself. What disappears with Jack in the Box is a piece of the American night: cheap food, neon lights, and freedom fading. Number 7 is Dairy Queen. Childhood memories in a cone, but in 2025, those memories are melting. Revenue is down 12%, and over 200 locations, mostly rural, have shut their doors. A blizzard that once cost $4 now sits above $7. Families simply can't justify dessert when essentials are out of reach. Franchise owners say digital upgrades and rising labor costs make survival almost impossible. Nostalgia can't pay rent. Number 6, KFC. Once the king of fried chicken, the brand has lost nearly 500 U.S. stores in 2 years. Sales in some states are down 20%. The famous $5 fill-up now nearly $10. Younger customers see the brand as outdated, and competitors have moved faster on digital orders and drive-through innovation. What once felt like a weekend family treat now feels like a financial burden. Number 5, Pizza Hut. The red roof icon is disappearing. Nearly 400 closings in 18 months. Dine-in stores, once its strength, are now its anchor. A $10 pizza is nearly $17 plus delivery fees. Many families have shifted to cheaper frozen options. Pizza Hut's identity, family nights, birthday parties, salad bars, is fading from American memory. Number 4, Subway. One of the biggest collapses in modern U.S. retail history. Over 3,200 closings since 2021. The $5 footlong is now above $10. Ingredient quality complaints, outdated stores, and fierce competition have pushed the brand into a steep decline. Many Subways now feel empty. Tired signs, quiet counters, little foot traffic. It was once the promise of fresh, cheap lunch. That dream is gone. Number 3, Burger King. Once McDonald's only real competitor, now a shrinking empire. Over 400 closings and market share falling under 9%. A Whopper meal that once cost $6 now pushes $11 or more. Franchise bankruptcies are rising, especially in the Midwest. The have-it-your-way spirit that defined the brand has lost its audience. Number 2, Wendy's. Once the honest, quality-focused brand, but same-store traffic is down more than 6%, and over 140 locations have closed. The famous 4 for $4 deal is now nearly $8, and Frosty prices have doubled. Franchise owners say rising beef costs and tech upgrade demands have crushed margins. The chain feels disconnected from the customers it once represented. And number 1, McDonald's. The unthinkable collapse. Customer visits down nearly 10%. Combo meals above $11. The Big Mac, once under $4, now near $7.50 in many cities. Low-income customers, the foundation of the entire business model, have pulled back dramatically. An E. coli outbreak in 2024 damaged trust further. Even the digital kiosks and AI drive-thrus meant to modernize the chain are pushing away older Americans who relied on human service. What America is witnessing is symbolic. Even McDonald's, the most recession-proof brand on earth, is no longer safe. The arches still shine, but they shine over an economy where comfort is no longer affordable. And in 2025, that may be the clearest sign of all.